Hello, my Scrappy friends. It is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for day number 18 of Scraptember. So the prompt for today is to use a selfie photograph, and for this one I am scrapping some selfies of Katie. These were back in March when she had tested positive to COVID, and I'm trying to use up the Simple Stories quarantined collection that I have. Now, I really wanted to use the backside of this blue paper. It is, you'll see it in just a second, it is all these houses and things. And because I was documenting Katie being at home and isolating and all of that, I really wanted to try and use this side of the paper. I think it is so cute and I loved the houses, but it was just a little bit busy for the look that I was going for. So in the end, I popped on these little virus sort of headers and footers. They were off another piece of paper. They were on a cut-apart sheet, actually, and I was able to, this was the back side of a cut-apart sheet, and I was able to sort of salvage an inch or so that I could cut and put on as a header and a footer on this one. They're about the size of a branding strip. Then I have two selfies of Katie that I forgot that I hadn't trimmed down, so I'm just trimming those down now so that I can mat them. I generally trim down my photos and cut my mat to a 4x6 size. A 3x4 size. The reason I do it that way is because I can get more out of a 12x12 sheet of paper if I cut them all true to size, 3x4, and then trim down my photos by a small smidge. Whereas if I cut my mats a little bit larger, then I can't necessarily get make use of that whole 12x12 sheet of paper. I hope that makes sense. Now, if you've been watching my other videos, you will know that I have run out of foam, for sticking up. So I am using these old alphas to try and get rid of those, to be my little pop dots. And that's worked. I've used up that whole collection of green thickers, and I will need to get some more. Now, I made the on-the-moment decision to use these white ones. I absolutely love these white thickers. These are probably my favorite thickers, but I have 0 vowels left, hardly any good letters like W, V, X. There are a couple of good letters, but I've been holding on to these for so long. I just bit the bullet, grabbed them, and use them because I really want the foam ones to stick up with, because I just feel they're a bit easier to use than chipboard. So that was my reasoning there. Now with my embellishment clusters, to start with, I'm just going to make this spread the love not germs little cut apart sheet pop a little bit more by copying the image with that same image but up on foam. So if that makes sense, I'm putting that toilet paper roll, the love heart and the mask and this little band-aid in exactly the same places they are, but popping them up just to give that little bit of 3D effect and that little bit of dimension to the page. Then I am, of course, going to work on some clusters. We've got this, Katie's giving us the thumbs up, why not? Just adding to that just for a bit of fun. So I was going to put that toilet paper roll on. I've got 2 already on this page. Do I really need a 3rd toilet paper roll? I don't know. So just playing around. The good thing about using the thickers as dimension here with a sticker sheet is I don't need to use any ATG or anything like that, because I can put the non-sticky side of my thickers onto the back of the sticker, and then thickers are sticky so they can stick straight down. I hope that makes sense. And yeah, just having a little bit of a play. So I've done 2 clusters so far, and I'm umming and ahhing about what to do next, and I put on some enamel dots while I'm thinking, but I still feel like there's something not quite right. I don't know if this layout needs a title or if it just needs another cluster. In the end, I decided to put on another cluster. I'm feeling like there are enough words on this page that doesn't necessarily need a title, but I'm just not sure what it is missing. So after I've popped on this last cluster, I'm just racking my brain as to what else I can do. Now, in the end, I decide to pull out some wood veneer. I hardly have any wood veneer at all. It's not something I generally use very much. So I wanted to get rid of a lot of that from my stash and just keep the things that I will use. And so I pull out just some sweet little teeny tiny hearts. And I think that they don't do much, to be honest, but they do add a little bit of dimension and a little bit of texture to this very simple layout. So just 3 little tiny hearts to go in each cluster. So I'm going to glue those on now. What else can I tell you? Oh, I also off camera fixed up the bottom strip of border. It was so wonky and it was hurting my brain, so I just fixed that up. Now I have got some navy splatters and I'm just putting those around my clusters, and that is it. So a super simple layout, nothing too dramatic, but really effective and really pleasant to look at, and uses up quite a bit of stash, which is always really nice. I'm really happy with how this one came together for day number 18 of Selfie. Don't forget to check that description box down below for the playlist of all the other 100 million videos that we have been making throughout Scraptember, and of course our fabulous friends Laura and Christy for co-hosting with us this month. Thanks everyone. Bye.